If you think commuting to Austin from the suburbs is just one answer, you're about to waste a lot of time sitting in traffic. I'm Tanya Kerr, and we help families relocate to the Austin area every single day. Today, I'm breaking down the real commute from Round Rock, Georgetown, and Cedar Park to Austin. But here's the thing, Austin is not just one destination. Where you're going, how often you're going, and whether you're willing to pay tolls changes everything. First, let's get clarity about what we're really talking about. When someone asks, can I commute to Austin from Round Rock, Georgetown, or Cedar Park? My first question is, where in Austin? Commuting to downtown Austin is completely different from commuting to the Domain. Commuting to North Austin is different from South Austin. So do not ask if you can commute to Austin, ask where in Austin, how many days a week, and whether you're willing to buy back your time with tolls. Now let's talk about what traffic is really like. Weekdays are heavy. Rush hour windows, roughly 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. or 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. are brutal, but not as bad as LA, I hear. Weekends are no longer the easy free-for-all they used to be. Austin has grown so much that Saturday and Sunday traffic can be surprisingly thick. And then there's 35. Dun, dun, dun! I-35 is the problem child of Central Texas. There's actually a saying, never quit working on yourself, just like I-35. It's under construction, it's congested, and if you're new here, just know that I-35 construction is not a phase, it's a lifestyle. Now, maybe driving in traffic is therapeutic for you. Maybe the thought of an hour with your favorite playlist or podcast or audiobook seems like heaven. And if that's you, be our guest and enjoy the commute. But for most people, your best strategy is either leaving really early, paying for an alternative route with tolls, or finding a job that lets you avoid peak hours. And one more thing for those of you moving to Texas. Whether there's a sign or not, the left lane is for passing only. Texans will let you know that real quick if you forget. Let's break this down city by city. Round Rock is probably the most balanced answer for commuters. Round Rock has route flexibility, and you can always use I-35, State Highway 45, State Highway 130, and you've got transit options. The city runs a commuter express route from the Round Rock Transit Center directly to downtown Austin. And as of March 2026, there's a new weekday express commuter route through CARTS. Round Rock works really well for people going to North Austin. It can also work for downtown Austin, especially if you're hybrid. And Round Rock gives you multiple route choices. If there's a wreck on I-35, you have options. Here's the bottom line. Round Rock may be the most flexible commute, and flexibility is gold when you live here. Now, Georgetown. Georgetown needs honesty, not hope. Yes, Georgetown now has a direct express commuter route to downtown Austin through CARTS that just launched in March 2026, but it does not magically make Georgetown a light daily commute to downtown. While Round Rock may take 45 minutes during rush hour to get to downtown, Georgetown is going to take closer to an hour. Georgetown to North Austin a couple days a week can be reasonable. Georgetown to downtown Austin 5 days a week is a much bigger commitment. You're looking at 45 minutes to an hour each way during rush hour on a good day. Georgetown is often a lifestyle choice first and a commute choice second. People move there for the charm, the housing options, the small town feel, and of course the breathing room. So here's my take. Georgetown can work if your job is hybrid, or if your destination is North Austin, or if you're ready to be very intentional about your schedule. If it's 5 days a week downtown, well then you better mean it. Cedar Park has one of the cleanest stories for commuters, especially if you're going North Austin or if you're willing to ride the park and ride. Cedar Park benefits from the 183A toll, which significantly improves travel times. Cedar Park also has the Lakeline Station Park and Ride with 935 parking spaces. From there, you can take the Red Line rail that runs between Leander and downtown Austin. The Red Line train can hold hundreds of passengers and runs throughout the day on weekdays. There's also connector service to the Domain and to UT's Pickle Research Campus. Cedar Park is strong for North Austin jobs. It's also strong for someone who wants to park their car and ride the train instead of sitting in traffic the whole way. Now let's talk about tolls, because this is a real budget issue. The two main toll options are the 183 toll and the Mopac Express Lane. The Mopac Express Lane uses variable pricing to keep traffic moving. Now here's the thing about tolls. Sometimes people save money on the house by moving further out, but then they spend part of that savings buying back their time on tolls. For example, if you're commuting from Cedar Park to downtown Austin daily using toll roads, you could easily spend $120 to $180 a month on tolls. If you're spending $150 to $200 a month on tolls to keep your commute sane, that's real money. So factor that into your monthly budget. Let's talk about transit for a second. Texas is big, and it's still a driving place. Most people here need to drive, but that does not mean that transit is irrelevant. Round Rock has commuter service into Austin. In addition to Georgetown, Round Rock now has that direct Carts Express option to downtown that started just in March 2026. Cedar Park has one of the clearest park and ride stories because of that Lakeline station and the rail access to downtown. Here's what I tell people. Most people here still drive, but some of the smartest commuters do not drive the whole thing. If you can park and ride, or if you can take the express bus a few days a week, then you might save yourself some sanity and your gas budget. The commute is not just about miles. It's about destination, timing, route options, and whether you're paying tolls to stay sane. Round Rock gives you flexibility, Cedar Park gives you smart Northwest commute setup, and Georgetown asks you to decide whether lifestyle is worth the drive. If you're working downtown Austin 5 days a week, do not romanticize a far-out suburb and then act shocked when traffic humbles you. Be realistic about what you're signing up for. But if your job is hybrid, if your job is in North Austin, or if you're willing to be strategic about timing and routes, commuting from these suburbs can absolutely work. We help people make these decisions every single day. We serve people just like you, and we are people just like you. We know these commutes and we know these routes. We know what works and what doesn't. If you want help figuring out which city makes the most sense for your specific job location and lifestyle, reach out. Let's make sure your commute doesn't become a thing you regret in 6 months after you move. See you in the next video, or maybe I-35.